Trying to inventory the stuff that was bought by Roland, radios, different equipment, stuff like that, and we're trying to get that inventory brought up. They blend the two of them together to get a current and existing inventory of what we have and what's operable and what's not operable. Believe it or not, most of the stuff is still operable. Two things has changed since just recently. We went to a paging system whereby myself and Mike Hamilton are alerted on our cell phones anytime there's a major event in the county. For instance, we just had the fire department just went out to an oil well fire on Lake Run. I got a page on it telling me all about it, that it's there. And the other thing is we get a daily report from the state of West Virginia. It's pretty much just it tells me the weather for the day and if there's any power outages in the state, road conditions, if there's any national advisories out for terrorist alerts or anything like that. I get that daily in the form of an email. I intend to go back to the big book we had, Beth, that was here. I will supply a copy of each one of these to be put in the book for a monthly type thing. I will also, as the mutual aid agreements and disaster plans are developed and everything's approved and signed, there'll be a copy of those in the book. I've started to inventory my contact points for the county. They're being typed. I've got most of them typed already and in the process, but so that if anything would happen and in the county major, you can go right and open up the book and there's all the instructions. You got everything to dispatch everybody else. And you can run the LEPC right from here or anywhere you want to. But it'll all be there. It's all operational. As far as I know, we don't have any problems at this time. Do you have any questions?
I do.
Yeah.
Reading this here, traveler's insurance. I understand all of it but one thing. Less initial repair payment. What was that for?
That's the 39. They sent us a check for $39.61.60, which means that Beth has that already in the account over here. And that was when they did. Roland took it to Parkersburg, and they determined it was total.
Okay.
So then that money's still laying over here in the account.
Okay.
We'll have a total in the account, we should, of $13,794 when we get, and then you guys, we make determine what to do with that antenna.
I think it would be good, it's up to you all, Tyler County, if they want to buy it.
That's fine with me. I don't see, it's an enormous piece of.
What do you think?
Well, are we going to need it in the future?
I don't foresee it. What I started to say was it's an enormous piece of pipe. John Sharp's welded it on. He had to build a superstructure to hold it on the trailer. I think it would be far too big for anything that we would purchase. The trailer size is actually a 10 by 32, which defies the state laws because you're only allowed to put, 8'6" on the road. So if it hung over, but you actually had 10 foot of floor space. And so I would think if we would go with a smaller box trailer affair, that would be too large for that. I would think maybe, and I looked at Ritchie County's trailer the other day when I was down there talking with John, and theirs is like a 7 by 26, and it's a lot smaller. Those are called toy haulers, what they are, the back bolts down and everything. I don't know.
So will you,
If we don't need it, if you guys want to get rid of it, I'll make the motion. Take care of do the legwork, get the boots on the ground, and get it taken care of. Because the contact's already been made there, and they're interested in it. I don't think that we have to put it out for bid or anything. You want me to check with Beth on that, and I'll go.
Yeah. If you're sure we're not going to need it.
that's fine with me. And as far as the truck goes, it's sitting over here. The keys are in the lock box down at the firehouse. If anybody needs it, I've made it available to anybody that needs it for any type of county use. The one thing on the trailer, we got everything off of it, no one took the county plates off of it. So when they went up the road the other day, it had county plates on it, but they're, you know, they're useless to anything else.
Are you going to be needing that truck? Do you don't think you're going to?
I don't, we'll just have to wait and see. If they would get another large trailer, if they would decide to do that, there again, I'm gonna try to get, representation from most of the departments in the county. We've got a meeting with EQT Thursday night. Nathaniel Manchin from EQT has requested a meeting with all the emergency organizations in the county, and I set it up for Thursday night at 7 o'clock. It's something about a new drilling process and their use of propane or something. They wanted all to advise everybody what was going on. But while I got them there, most of them there, I'm going to try to get them to start thinking about some of this. And I raised the question at the LEPC meeting, and there's, you know, I'm starting to get some feedback and some suggestions. Most of the departments right now are up to their eyeballs in the state fire marshal certification thing, and they're busy with it. So I'm going to try to get some feedback on that. And I was hoping maybe by the July meeting to have some definite recommendations from them. But I want this to be a joint decision. It's not going to be just me. I mean, and Mike, I said, you know, we need to. This is a new experience for us. We never had any money before, so we got to deal with money this time.
All the fire departments have means to transport these trailers.
Well, if we get smaller trailers, every one of their brush trucks will transport it. They're all 3/4 ton or better.
Okay.
We tow our trailer. We've got 3 towing vehicles. We've got the food booth that we tow. Most of them have. There's been a couple suggestions about the truck. That one of them that we take the hazmat material, which is a one line, 3-line system, and 2 of the fire departments have camper caps sitting at their departments not being used, and we put the camper cap on top of the tool bed. But that crane would probably interfere with that, and use that to store the hazmat stuff in, and dedicate that truck to just hazmat with the different things you need for that. I don't care, but it's, you know, like I said, I'm on the interim, and somebody else is going to have to deal with that down the road. What I like to do is try to put as many of these little fires out as we can and get as much stuff straightened up and ready to go, so that whoever step into operating organization, they can just.
Is that truck 4-wheel drive?
No.
No.
It's a ton and a half. It's 1994 Chevy, 1 ton, rated at a ton and a half, with a Redding tool body on it, and it's got the working crane lift on the back. Like I said, I drove it from Donnie Dotson's over here. That's a 7/10 of a mile.
Did you ever get your card, your one card?
I got 2 fuel cards, and I signed the papers over here for that, but I've never got the paper.
Well, the holdup was I needed your mother's maiden.
Okay. I may have to
But
consult.
she found it.
Oh, I was going to say, I may have to consult with my brother's sister.
That was the holdup.
That's all right.
Where is the meeting Thursday night?
West Union Fire Department.
Do you have an established meeting date, like each month for your?
No, for the LEPC. No, I told them at the first meeting I wasn't going to beat them to death with a lot of little meetings. I mean, with a lot of big meetings that no one came to. That's what we ran into before. So what I'm doing is we're trying to work through with individual organizations. Smokey was there at the meeting for the LEPC. Jim Messenger had a problem at the pool, but I'm going to their board meetings and get their mutual aid agreement signed and try to do as much of the running as, and because there's a lot of different things, like Smokey's inventorying the cots and stuff that he has stored down there, and the squad's inventorying the Red Cross supplies that are stored up over top there. We're going through and trying to get all the inventory and stuff of all the supplies we have in the county, so.
Now, about the truck, how much do you think that we could get out of it if we sold it?
I don't have a clue.
And bought a pickup truck to serve the purpose that you need for your decontamination.
I
Would that
don't,
take-
there again, I'd have to research that, I don't have a clue.
Would a pickup truck serve your purpose?
I'll tell you the truth, Ralph, I took the training on that 3-line system, and, I think it was 1997 or 98 when we got that outfit and system, and that's the last I've dealt with it. And I know there's a heater goes with it, there's water pumps goes with it, there's a tank goes with it, the systems are rolled up, the blowers are with it. So I'm really going to have to go to Smithburg, and we're going to have to inventory all that stuff. We're going to have to see and do some looking around, and I really can't answer that question. I just don't remember enough about that 3-line system. I suppose when I sat down and got the manual out, but we had the training on it. All the departments were trained on it here in the county. But now we have the regional system, which they have a large tractor trailer that's stationed in Clarksburg. Rick Scott, I talked to him about it. It's operational, and he told me that if we needed to get help on that 1-line, 3-line system, he'd come down, set it up way back when he and Darlene did the original training on it for us. So they said they'd come down and be more glad to set it up and check it out, see what it needed. And that's the other thing I want to do is make sure it's operational before we, dedicate too much to it.